Whew.
Holy shit. Flight was canceled actually, but it wasn't.
They made
tied.
We made it.
Hey, bro.
We made it.
Welcome in,
We made
boys.
it.
Hey! Almost as if we had this planned. Thanks for canceling your flights today, boys.
Thank you. We actually moved it back a day.
Much appreciated.
For everyone here today.
Wanted to be here.
Wanted to be here for
Want to
you.
make here. This is legendary. I feel so freaking honored. I'm like kind of fanboying over here. You know what I mean? I'm behind the scenes
Bro, I'm
on
back
Tea
there,
with P.
like, yeah, I'm conversating with Chris about your topics. I'm like, exactly. These pieces of shit need to be hung. I don't know, man. It's good. It's cool to watch from the other side.
Boys, this is a first for me. This is a first. No one's ever sat in a hot seat over here where I've been able to sit and have a conversation with. Everyone's been over here on the screen, and that's that for the record. Smoothest transition for guests.
Is the audio good?
Audio's perfect.
Audio's
Is our
perfect.
visual
There you go. Perfect.
Connection solid?
Transition ever.
Everything's perfect.
All right.
Everything is A1, baby.
Good,
I want to
good.
give a huge shout out to everybody who's watching right now and putting up with us. But huge shout out to you too.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
You too?
You look great.
Thank you.
You smell wonderful. And more importantly, I'm so thankful to have you here in the coop for the first time conversation with Tea with P and a live guest.
man.
It feels good. It feels right.
I've been the first for many. You know, I was the first guest. I was the first repeat guest. Now I'm one of the first in-person guests. It's incredible. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
I'm honored, boys. I'm honored, man. I'm honored because, like I said this many, many times in the past, it's like I started this show with like, I would say zero expectation, but I put the
You put a
expectations
ton of expectations.
way too high.
You're like,
Yeah,
you're like Jimmy Kimmel, Jay Leno.
Conan O'Brien.
Conan
That's fair.
O'Brien.
Yeah, okay. All right. I did. Yep. And needless to say, struggled coming out of the gate, but
Not
I
bad, though.
tried. Thank you. I tried to have people on that I'm comfortable with, that I know will have my back, that I know will cover me if I slip or if I stumble, and to have you two boys on, not only for my firsts, but now I feel comfortable, I feel confident, I feel honored to have MGI and ROBCL TV
MGI.
in the coop tonight. So, boys, thank you so much.
Dude, our pleasure. My pleasure. I'm going to speak for him. Our pleasure.
Yep.
Perfect. Can you believe we're alive today?
Dude, I was
boys?
going to say,
Wow.
after our team building exercise that we had,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. It happens.
Jeez.
What it was is a situation of this was the universe that said, you know what, boys, you guys are kind of friends.
You're gonna get
You're
through
gonna
this.
be brothers after this. And my God, was it amazing. It's crazy. It's like, it was like the new age drugs. Because it started out so high, and I'm just like, this is better than I've been on rivers, but this river is the best river I've been on. Horseflies eating my legs,
Yeah.
burnt to death.
Yeah.
My raft deflating.
Are you willing to show your belly?
Yeah, brother.
Oh. I
Yeah.
don't know if the camera can pick that up, but that's sunburn.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but there's the print.
I was trying to make it.
For a little context.
Trying to make it light, but there's no light when you're really, really burnt.
My bad, dude. Trying to spice it up a little bit. You
I just want
know?
to see how he feels.
Give the audience a show here.
Clipping that.
Fuck, dude.
So, for a little context, ladies and gentlemen, months ago, when these boys, when we knew we were going to come to Canada, I said, "Okay, I got it. We're gonna go camping. We're gonna go tubing, and we'll probably get bit by bugs." And
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for that shit. I'm from Michigan, brother.
yes, these guys were like, "Yeah, let's do it.
Ready.
Let's do it." So yesterday we decided we're gonna go to what do you call it? Floating, rafting, or tubing?
Survival.
Raft. It was a raft. We were floating down a raft. Floating down a river.
We were
River
Rafting
rafting.
with some water manipulation because we
Yes.
had tools.
paddles.
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 Ah,
Yes, we were.
I had part of a paddle.
We were floating.
Yeah.
Before we even started, he only had part of a
Yeah.
paddle.
Yeah. It started partially broken.
We had the expectation of taking our vessels. I had a kayak, an inflatable kayak. Chris had a one-man inflatable raft.
Yep.
And Rob had a two-man, probably four-man. but
I
in
also
reality-
carried the beer, the sandwiches that I elegantly made.
Yes,
They were good sandwiches.
He's making this well known, so that
And I brought the joints.
Very important.
And I had all the joints. I had the only lighters that were dry. If we would have died, and who
I will
said, let's
never
get the
forget
fucking chocolate granola bars?
the panic in Chris and I's face as we get into the water because we're immediately heading towards like this tree that's protruding out of the water, and Chris and I are like, and Rob's sitting in the back. He's just lounged out like this, just.
Let's
Soaking away.
let's add into
chilling.
this. Context is,
And we're all tied together. We're all tied
Context is
together.
we got some Organis in the system. when we
might have been
started
some
this, so
Organis.
it wasn't just Rob. It was Rob getting spiritual with nature, going off of like a gram or
Yeah,
so.
this is
And I'm
actually a
just
great
like-
way to describe it.
Yeah,
He was soaking it up.
like it was kicking in hard.
It did. And
Really, at the same time you're getting into the water, and I'm walking down there, and then you were like,
I think we all peaked at about not peaked, but it hit
Yeah.
at the same time. At the same time, because we got into the water, and I remember looking into Chris's eyes because Chris was like, "Okay, what do we do next?" And then I got us to the point where that's where I had all the experience. I got us there, kind of.
to the bottom of the rocks,
To the bottom of the rocks.
Before
No,
launching into the river.
And I look and I was like, "Okay, we're on an even playing field here. I have no clue what to do after this." And then it was funny because Chris immediately kicks in. He's like, "Okay, all right, let's get through this. Let's get through this together." So we get out on the water, and we have the three rafts and the kayak in the front. And we got the beer in the back. We got smoke. We got so much drink.
Sandwiches.
We got Sammys. We got granola bars.
Sandwiches cut in half strategically, so anytime someone wants one,
You can split.
their ally gets one.
Yeah.
I was thinking ahead. I
Yeah.
even made a list the night before because we may have tried out for science these Organis as well the night prior and played
We had a
Super
little
Mario
experience.
for a while. And I was sitting here and I'm like, boys, we need beer, we need sandwich meat. Okay, lunch meat's a must, and we need to get water, primarily beer. You know, and I had to roll joints because I ran out of papers or ran out of Rellos.
So it sounds like we were well prepared.
We were
and
well
we thought we
prepared.
were well prepared
Until hitting the water.
until hitting the water, and we slipped into clay. All of us
my God.
immediately first slip into clay before we even get into our tubes or rafts and get in the river. We're sliding in the mud. I almost lose a sandal. You get your whole shoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you went in there as well. So we're just
Yeah.
like, we're bringing mud into a clay
nobody's
into
ever
the
been
raft
down
with
there.
us to begin. And we had to like recover to begin and like wash out the
It looked
clay
like
and
shit
stuff.
all
It
over
was
everything.
Yeah.
Like everything
It got
looked
messy
like we
to
looked
begin.
nasty. Look at
Everything.
children.
Clay everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But then it got amazing.
it was amazing.
It got
And that's
so
why
amazing.
we're burnt. Is because as soon as we hit the river, it was probably 25, 26, 27 degrees Celsius, which puts you about 85, 90.
It seemed fine, but there's no trees blocking us, and it was
No trees.
it was
No-
clear.
A cloud happened every 30 minutes for about 15 seconds. And we
Yeah,
hit
it seemed that way.
It seemed that way. Yeah. We hit the river and we just we sailed. We just floated.
Comes that way.
Little did we know Mrs. P
Accidentally.
or tried to kill us.
Or yeah, how's your life insurance policy, brother?
Really good for her.
That's the perfect move. I've been watching because the TV situation's kind of limited, and I've been watching mysterious crime shows and stuff. And there's been things
Funny
like
how this
yeah.
happens. Yeah, so she dropped us off at the wrong bridge. So a floating
In the
invent
wrong river.
in the
In
wrong,
the wrong
river.
river.
Wrong bridge, wrong.
How does that happen?
How does that happen?
How does that
Great
happen?
Question. And so after, honestly, it was about hour 5. I feel like then
No,
it was like
no.
hour
It was
Hour
it was
four,
like
four
hour
and a half.
4.
3.5.
We ended
4.
up calling Sydney from AC Infinity, candidly, paranoid as shit, being like, "Hey."
That's why we were late yesterday
That's
to
why
the
we were
show.
late for the show.
Yeah.
We were like, "Hey."
Stuck on a river.
We're kind of lost. I have reception somehow though. She's in a meeting, like a board meeting, so she's like, "Okay, guys, cool," and we're all like,
She's like, we'll do it tomorrow.
She's like, "Cool, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll call him tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay," and then I'm like, "All right, sounds good." Get off the call, and the boys are just like, "Woo, sweet,
We're doing the show tomorrow.
Meanwhile,
Doing the show tomorrow.
My psychedelic
Not
spider
30
senses-
seconds later, Rob was like, she didn't understand what we said.
This is about Growers
100%
Gauntlet.
She, didn't
had no
understand.
idea.
She didn't understand what we
Sure,
said.
no.
And yep, that's exactly what happened. And so it's funny because about an hour and a half after that, I clued in, and I was like,
I know he said it after I said it too. It's like he's like, no, that's impossible.
no,
Continue.
no.
Have a great time.
Yeah,
Life
don't-
is good. Forget everything. Throw it away. He was literally like, life. He's like, this is why I'm not stressed, boys.
I'm not stressed at all. I'm just paddling away. And then all of a sudden I was like, bing. She didn't get it.
Yeah.
That's not what she thought we meant.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're all in it. She's like, MGI, you in the back hanging out with propeller legs. just spit
in the
out river
river.
waters.
So, oh God. Oh man. So we go. We think we're okay. Thank heavens these boys brought their phones. I was just going to
Decent
bring
amount
an
of joints,
air
too.
tag. I was just gonna
Oh my
bring an
God.
air tag.
Imagine if that's
That
what
would've
you
been a
brought.
disaster.
Because I was like, she'll find our location, we're fine. And I was just gonna bring an AirTag, a little GPS device. I was gonna just attach it to my shorts. It was crazy because we made the assumption. Chris was looking at his phone at the map, and he's like, "This can't be loaded."
Could
He's
not
trying
be
to use
right.
logic, and me and P are like, dude,
No,
it's
no,
nature,
could not be
bro.
right.
I'm on his face too. Like
I wasn't.
I was like, no, it was like it's not. You weren't looking yet. You weren't looking.
I was
yet.
hearing
This
you
is-
guys, and I was
we
like,
were
you're full of
navigating,
shit, dude.
and we're like, there's no way this is updating. We've done 99 turns, and it says we've done 3. Like, what's going on? And finally, after hours, fucking Rob's like, let me see. Pulls out his phone and looks on the GPS, and we're in the exact same location that Chris was
yeah,
using.
it went way far away too. So I'm
And
like,
we're like, the trip is this far, and we're 5 hours in, and we're this far away
Dude,
from the
it-
starting line.
the Toba Triangle.
The Toba Triangle.
The Toba Triangle.
It was like there's no way that we didn't make that much progress. It made
Look
no
how
sense to me
burnt I
whatsoever. We were making so many
no
turns and
way.
stuff, and it looked like we went around 4 turns on the map. I was like, what?
No.
This makes no sense at all.
No. So
Come to find out, we're on a 10 to 12 hour
Yeah.
rafting
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah. A 10
like a
hour-
canoeing.
We're on the
trip.
wrong,
Yeah, a
wrong river.
rafting trip, not a floating trip.
Yeah.
We were just sitting on the river going down south, and it's funny because all of a sudden we clue in, and we're trying to figure out at what point do we take this serious and we get off the river,
But it
and we
was so
start
bad.
hiking.
Our pit stops, okay, or restroom breaks, we'll say, we were up to our knees in mud. So like getting out and pulling these rafts up was a slim to none situation until the perfect spot, and
Yeah.
it literally couldn't have happened better.
We pull out the phones, we see the maps, and we see this little tiny road, just, and the current's moving fast enough that if we don't make
Oh,
the
it was
decision,
pulling me, dude. We had an anchor.
Yeah. If we don't make the decision to turn off to get off, we're gonna miss it. There's no way the 3 of us would have paddled against the current
Liddy the Natitty
to get
as well.
to that spot. And
with
Liddy's
a broken, I had a broken
oar. I've got 2. I've
he
already
has one.
cut off a quarter
Yep.
of my finger
Yep.
already.
And then all of a sudden, those couple clouds that we saw accumulated into a massive,
Yes.
massive group
Starts
of clouds.
raining.
And started pouring rain on us out of nowhere. Like things went, and I was like, it could be worse. Hey guys, at least we're on bitches. Like talking all this stuff, and it could be worse is never a thing you say when it's already not great, because then it does get worse. Because in a situation like that, to have rain on us, we literally got into the point where P stops us and he's like, "All right, boys, we're going from leisure to survival."
I looked at that's exactly what I said.
Like he
Because-
like everything went from like me playing music on my phone to like woo reggae music and like yeah boys we're all fun and everything to like
and that's exactly what I said.
dual
Boys,
survival
we
trio
all
survival.
looked at each other and we were like, and I said, now's the time we have to go from leisure to survival. And immediately, all 3 of us got our shit together,
Just tightened
started
up.
paddling, getting going, and man, there was a moment. It was a reality check because it's like, sure, we like in all fairness, we ended where we were was a Hutterite colony. We had just watched a couple trucks leave.
We heard trucks.
It's the end of the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
End of the day.
End of the day. So I was afraid that those trucks
They're gone for the day.
Would be gone. We're the last 2 trucks to leave, and then we would have anyone, and we're still miles
Dude,
away.
we couldn't even get up the hill at first. We literally there's
yeah.
this barbed wire that's up there, and then some that's down, and then it's so muddy and tough that he's literally sinking. He's to his waist. I'm sliding down. Lost my
there's
To his
no joke.
waist.
And I'm wearing his flip flops, and mind you, my feet are significantly larger. So I'm like,
I wouldn't say significant.
All right, they're slightly above larger. Okay. And I'm like literally walking like I'm in high heels, and then the mud adds to it. I'm like,
His footwear was fucked.
It was
You were
fucked.
fucked. Yeah, your footwear was fucked. Literally.
We said I'd be the first to die. He said, but we would have made shoes. I've
Made
watched survival shows for years.
Yep.
I've grown up in the ghetto. We would have made shoes.
We had shirts.
We had
were
shirts.
wrapped
We would have
around.
taken the rubber from one of the shoes and extended it somehow by melting it with one of. We had multiple lighters that were wet
multiple lighters.
because my floating device was starting to not float. It was slowly but surely deflating, and every so often we'd
Surely
stop and
You're not in a good
he
situation
would
at
just
all.
give it a little blow.
I give
He'd
it
like-
3 lungs.
Water starts coming in where I'm at, man, and I'm like, oh, boys, all the lighters are gone.
What does he do? He decides to record. I'm sitting here trying to
I was lit.
trying to survive, and all of a sudden I hear is,
Filming them.
I started to die.
and then I go to pull the rubber stop off, and I rip
He rips it off, and
I rip,
fucks his finger in the
and
same.
I cut a quarter of my finger off. Oh my god!
Dude, it was just bad, and like
I'm surprised we made it on shore right there because there
Seriously.
was so much mud. He was
You were
waist deep.
right.
you would literally, he
I
looked
was-
like a horse in
it-
Never-Ending Story.
Stepped off,
Our tracks.
stepped off, and it just went.
Sunk all the way down.
I was like, guys,
Scary.
tracks. And
I'm
we're
like, the
pulling.
water's not this deep. I'm up to my waist in clay, and I'm trying to pull.
Oh, but you remember that
myself.
useless tool that I had that saved P's life? I kept the other half of my broken oar, and
I've got all 3. I've got the raft, the kayak, both rafts and the kayak in one hand, and I'm trying to I'm like reaching for his pants, his shirt. I'm like, I need something.
and all of a sudden comes this big, strong,
Turn-
useful.
Turns around with the oar, the other end of the oar. Grab it. I'm like, you gotta go. And it was literally, had you stopped? I was going
Oh, dude,
backwards.
you were done.
I was 100% going backwards. I was like, this is all us. If you stop, I'm fucked.
And then Chris, dude, we literally like
Chris grabs
team-
on,
dude,
and then the
Yeah,
3
I
of us.
grabbed on. We all
Bro,
went
it
up.
was like a movie, man. I'm
You
like,
know?
I grabbed Chris's arm. He's like, brother.
Just like homeward bound.
Dude,
It was awesome.
it was so crazy, man. Like,
I just can't believe.
I'm so glad I recorded some of it because you'll see it in my
It's totally
vlog
in the
because it was
vlog.
it's
Yeah,
amazing.
Oh my.
It
And then
was
we had to pass
amazing.
barbed wire fence, not one, but 2 barbed
Two.
wire
One was
fence.
electric.
One
And then,
barb, one electric.
and then went through a field which had all prickly
much cow
plants
shit,
and
too.
stuff, and then so much cow shit. It's like every 3 feet there was mounds that we had to avoid. It was like landmines going through a field. You know what I mean?
It's the craziest thing I've maybe ever experienced.
I'm
dude.
so glad we made it, boys. I'm so glad
thankful.
we did
Yeah.
that,
Dude,
man.
for
I'm
life.
so glad
for life. That's the kind of things that bonds, man. That brings you
Fucking
together.
A.
That was like
Right.
a war that we went through, a personal war.
God, it was wicked. But it was kind of, we were talking about this morning in regards to like, it was kind of sobering how we had to make that switch because
Oh, dude,
it
it
was literally
stopped.
like ha ha ha. It was just so fun, and we were talking about how
we're on organics, too.
and we're on organics.
And drink. What do we drink? 8 beers each.
18 beers.
Yeah, 18
between the
beers
three of
between
us.
the 3 of us. I think that's when the reality kicked in. When there was,
When there was
oh,
no-
we pull out the last beer.
Right.
It was the last.
Oh,
beers,
this is
and
the
then there
last
was
beer,
one
boys.
joint.
We
He
all
told me to
sobered
quit
up pretty
counting
quick.
them.
It's so
He said,
true.
"Quit counting them. As long as you can reach in there and grab me when we're good." And at a certain point, I reach in and I
I
just
was
get
like,
all this
"Bear me."
water. I'm like,
He's like, uh-oh. And then, it's so crazy that's when reality hit. And we
The
smoked
fun
our
stopped.
last joint.
We
And
brought-
we were like, and then we started looking at the map. Because we're like, how far do we have? 10 hours. Oh my God.
We brought 18 beers and 3 waters, and
And
I
4
remember we
sandwiches
finished
cut in
up
half.
by loading up the cooler, which had 3 waters left. So we didn't even touch the waters. We went up to the 18 beers and left the waters.
Oh my God. I just love that we survived.
"Yeah,
love that
dude."
we survived.
It was a
I
radical
even
moment.
remember saying, when I get out of here, I'm going to start working on the shelter.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
No, we literally were like,
'Cause I didn't know what was
it's
over
time
the
to build
hill.
a shelter.
Yeah.
dude, I know.
We
Remember,
hadn't
we
been-
sent
hadn't
you
been
up
over yet.
and I'm sitting there with Chris, like, fuck, dude, he's going up to like, I've watched a lot of horror movies,
The arrows.
and he's gonna come out with arrows or something. He's just like, go, go, go. And- oh god,
like the Sentinel Islands.
dude, like we went to the wrong place, wrong time, and we were in the wrong. I don't know, dude. I've never been to Canada. We're in rural Canada, and then you're letting me know you've never been to this area either.
Never
So I'm like,
been.
damn, it's super rural.
Yep.
Like this is as far as it gets.
100%.
Colony.
all new
and it
territory.
turns out it was like
turned out
down
it was a
around the
Hutterite
block,
colony.
and it was a cool crew.
We were not that far from civilization. Like it was literally the
It was
work.
embarrassingly close to civilization.
But there was
We-
we were right though that was the last. They were heading out. Nobody was there.
Oh yeah, that
We
was the
trekked
end.
all our shit out of there and didn't see a soul.
We had to carry all of the stuff too. Dude, it all sucked. But it was great before that. It was so good before that that it's like, it's
we're
so,
doing it again.
Yeah,
Great
we're
team building
literally-
experience, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, we're buying new gear next year. We're gonna do it again. So
This time we'll go on the right
prepared.
river,
Now,
that's
now
for sure.
we know we're the right bridge.
We're gonna go the right
Yes,
one.
yes.
But
we
even
found
that
the
one,
right
if we all get
bridge.
those kayak things, and we know that's a challenge, boys, I'm not like.
Oh, if we know what
Those
we're
kayak
doing,
We
things
could
are
all have
legit.
18 beers per
If we have-
container, 6
Yep.
joints each
bring
instead
a
of 6.
sweater. Bring a sweater. We'll start at 9 a.m.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right, right.
Lots of sunblock.
And then we'll go 3 kayaks, bro. We'll get that done in
And we could
5
bring
hours.
a power bank so I can play because I brought my phone for music initially.
Yes,
guys.
yes. And I remember the moment where we were like, "Okay, kill them." You were at 20%.
20%, yeah.
Okay, kill the music. We might need it for light. I just can't believe the
I
things
know.
that were going through our mind.
I know. And then moments later, he's "Ba-ding," and I'm recording.
It is
again.
recording again.
I'm lit. I'm like, dude. Just dying laughing. I'm like, it's deflating, and he's like, it is deflating. We're just laughing as I'm potentially dying right there. It's
Such
so
an
good.
experience, boy.
Well, we can laugh at it after the fact. I mean, in all
yeah.
reality, it was kind of pretty
Well, and then
pretty
it was
serious
scary.
there.
It was
And
serious.
Dude,
It was
apparently, at the end of where we just stopped, there was the next stop would have been 4 hours from there,
that's
Yeah.
right.
and
Oh, at least.
they said it gets rough.
Yeah.
It gets really rough. So we you know
right.
got to be thankful for.
She said it was actually probably way more than 4 hours.
Jeez.
We looked at the map and how far we had gone, and yeah, that one road. If we had not gotten off there, we would have gotten off where we would have had to walk through field to get to the. And if you're not from the country in Canada, the field is very vast. These boys know. Now you can see miles in a straight line, so that would have been walking. You know.
Yeah, it's rough.
Insane. I loved it, boys.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
so
fun.
glad we could do that, man. And this has been an absolute wicked trip. We did some monumental things in regards to the content, in regards to recording. We had a wonderful conversation with a great dude today. I'm very excited to get that
Yeah,
out. Can we
man.
spoil a little bit?
Young Scotapetto,
Sure.
the guy.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Scott is the man.
He showed up.
Scotty's so cool. He
So we
showed
could
up.
share.
He was on time. He's a great
He's,
guy. Said he was going to be out soon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great one.
Yeah, sounds awesome, man. I love Scotty. Scotty and Dude were actually the first 2 people I ever interviewed. Yep.
So
I-
we're second.
In fairness, no.
Okay.
They were the first one. I had them when they got deleted. I wanted to try to give them some momentum to get started again, and
Yeah,
I
sure.
brought them on, had a good conversation with them, and it was an embarrassing one because Dude's internet connection was horrible. So I spent hours trying to sync his audio up with like the. And it would. My gosh! It was so much.
I remember that.
I should
I
have
remember
left
that.
it. I should have left it. But anyways, no. I had a great conversation with them. That was my very first interview, and it essentially turned into what we have now as TFP, and then here we are with you two, and
We flew out here for the show, so thank you.
So moving quite along, boys, because we got lots to cover. The Growers Gauntlet, where all 3 of us are involved
Oh,
in it.
yes.
Yeah.
Just learned about that recently.
Mr. ROB Steel TV MG, you have kind of sorry.
AC Infinity kind of has done a great event.
Great
and I'm
event,
a part of it. I
you know,
planted
but
a
you
seed.
started it.
I planted a seed.
You started the great event.
Planted a seed,
This
yeah.
is Tea with Peace. You know, you get the facts here, but I want to give Chris a lot of credit for all the work that he did.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you. It's about time.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about damn time.
You're more
on
than a
Chris'
pretty
feet.
face, bro. No, Rob put in a ton. 95.5% of the legwork that it took to create the Growers Gauntlet. I did the other 4.5%, and then I think you guys shared 1/4%. It doesn't matter. We're not about numbers.
Rob didn't ask for a thing from any
No,
of
he
us.
did,
No.
and that's what I'm trying to get at. The man is an absolute Hulk.
He's been sarcastic.
No, he did. Yeah, a little bit. But the thing is that the Growers Gauntlet was an opportunity for the community to compete in a competition,
Showcase their green
where
thumbs,
they
man.
could thank you, perfect. Showcase what they could do to the crowd, man. Get down in the gauntlet. And it was an incredible competition. It was an honor to be a part of.
Yeah.
I know Chris and I had a great time. We've talked about it
Kristen Antonym.
in the green room before we got here. But it was a great thing to be a part of.
It's not over yet, though. There we got
Oh, man.
an
Yeah,
event coming on, right?
We have a
Nailed it.
banger event in September. I'll let you guys know more when I know more.
And that's going to be incredible. Now it's invite only,
Yeah.
so that's why we'll let you know when we know. But it's an incredible event. Can I mention that the High Rise guys are?
Yeah, it's in
So
collaboration
hopefully,
with the High
thankfully, I
Rise
can mention
TV.
the High Rise.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say it's in collaboration with the High Rise TV crew. If you guys aren't familiar, the High Rise agency.
The boys.
The boys. Good guys, man. I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to hopefully get a little scooter time.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, we got to use
The whole trip
scooters again.
changed for me, so I'm in the dark on some stuff, but I'm really
Now
excited
you-
for it. Shout out to Sydney and AC Infinity crew for helping to organize the event itself and making that happen, getting us out there and taking care of the crew. So, yeah.
Yes.
Just shout out to Luke, McCannabis Luke, Turp Wander, and Wicked Weed Queen for the top 3, and shout out to all top 10 as well. Everybody was involved, but it's great to see, man.
Yeah, 100%. Huge shout out to Luke. The event's going to be absolutely wicked to be a part of. Big
got a
things
dope belt
big
coming.
things popping. Yeah, dope ass belt. Huge shout out to Luke, man. Huge shout out to Team Grow It. You know, the shit talking can end now.
let's
That's the competition.
Yeah, they won, you
Is that
know.
a high five? There we
Yeah.
go.
A handshake.
Trying to do handshake.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what you're
The
trying to do.
left-handed handshake. Yep.
Disrespect each.
well, it was with the left hand, so
yeah,
should we
so
do it proper?
proper
Is that what we need to do?
Yeah.
There we go, proper
Hey,
handshake.
May the best team
congratulations.
win.
Team Grow It.
May the best team win.
Congratulations.
Fuck
Team
that
Grow. It was all Luke. It was all Luke. He just had the pretty genetics, and he actually put in the work growing it.
You
so.
showcased me of award-winning genetics, brother.
How much?
Award-winning genetics.
The real-
Shiloh G is now award-winning.
You're absolutely right. How much
Wow.
of the footage did you edit? I'm just kidding.
89%.
No, I don't want to take anything away from Luke. The shit talking can end now, man.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to be known that it was all in good fun. I know some people were like, "Oh, pigeons,
My
wow,"
whole-
because I was talking a lot of shit to everybody. But
I told him to.
bro,
I
come
said,
on.
let's do this.
It's a
Let's talk
competition,
shit.
man.
Let's
Yeah.
let's be
It's a
friendly, but run our
competition,
mouths.
man.
You know.
That's what it's all about, bro. I got nothing but love for everybody involved, and I'm very excited about September. We're going to be partying hardy, but
I'm stoked to
this
just be done with the show,
Yeah.
and I'm really happy. Homegrow the Community replaces the spot. They were live the whole time during my show. I didn't even realize then because I'm an idiot.
Yes, you're right.
But there's
Homegrow
another
the
show then that leads into this show. So you got the pre-show and then Tea with P every Wednesday.
Yes. Yeah. Huge shout out to HGTV, man. I was on their show. I had Mama Kush on T with P. And it's going to be nice to be able to, schedule things out because and a shout out to all the young creators out there that are looking to schedule things. Try not to schedule things at the same time
That was
as
my
anyone else.
I learned.
As anyone else. And I mean that for anyone because I've had a lot of people try to take on the same time as I do and so on and so forth. And I've had people come to me and say, "Hey, Pigeons, so-and-so is going live at the same time and I have to choose." I was like, first of all, choose whatever you like. I'm not here to kind of compete. But it's not going to help if we're at the same time. So work together. Look at the content list. I'm not going to go live on this at the same time slot as the After Dark folks. After Dark is on Wednesday as well. And I strategically picked later than their show because it would be foolish to try to put it at the same time, and that goes for anything. So just make sure you kind of look out for that. And
Oh yeah. No, I mean especially when it's a show like with yours, it's pretty much the Arsenio Hall of the weed game at this point. So
God, wouldn't that would be an absolute honor.
tell you, man, we just need to get a band playing. Have
I
somebody
have a
come
band.
out and
Did you
play.
see the band?
No, but I mean like while we're here, so then we could say something.
Yeah, so we're
like,
gonna be-
hey, Big
Yeah.
Mike on the drums. Appreciate that
Bro,
one.
someday
You know?
I'll be able to fit him in the corner.
For some reason, they only
Great.
play songs that you pre-write for them since you're the composer. But you know,
Someday. Now, this wouldn't be T with P with a little controversy because dun dun dun, Mr. Growit seems to be getting a new freezer. That's an inside joke that nobody's going to understand.
Nobody's going to
The three of us,
understand that.
I want to, but you will. You will.
get it.
You're going to come back to this. So Gauntlet, the winner, kind of caused a little bit of controversy, and I know you'll speak on it, but I'll speak on it first, and then maybe Chris can speak.
Chris
on
will
it.
speak, maybe.
But
Hashtag let Chris speak.
hashtag no. Okay. It turns out there's a couple sour apples in regards to how the competition was done, how the winner was chosen. the finalists, the popularity contest. There was
stole the election.
some very bad sorry, bad apples.
There was me. I'm the bad.
There was some really bad interpretations of how the process went down. As someone who had nothing to do with in regards to how the process went down, I can see from the outside in because Rob had everything
He was a part of the
formulated.
Growers'
I seen everything. It was 100% fair. People are claiming that this was a popularity contest. People were claiming that people were defrauding the voting system. People were claiming that I can't even keep up.
AI took over someone's grow even.
Yeah, okay, that's ridiculous, but real. So I want it to be known that this is not American Idol. This is not the American lottery system. We don't have oversight. And
It wasn't going to be all America.
it's America. We don't have the oversight and or process. This is the very first competition we ever had. First time we ever awarded anything this big, and it's not the last, regardless of what Rob says. So I want it to be known that although it is hard to take an L, in my opinion,
It sucks to suck, man.
Rob and everyone involved,
No, I'm kidding.
Rob and everyone involved, as biased as I am, did a great job at trying to narrow down the finalists. It was very hard, because I'll tell you right now, the amount of people that were on Team Flock, they're an active part of my community that I had to say no to, crushes me.
Oh, I know. You literally were trying to look to find somebody like who
Crushes me.
Come on, who's on the list there?
Because it's like I wanted everyone to win, man. I wanted everyone from Team Pigeons. I didn't care about Mr. Grout. I didn't care about Rob CLTV. I wanted Mr. Team Pigeons to win. No,
Well,
it's
to be
just,
fair-
I wanted them all to win. But the reality is it just couldn't be that way.
No, there's only one winner, and when you're judging from hundreds of people who submitted, who joined, right, to begin,
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of people, narrowing that down to 20, and then narrowing it down to 10, and then to
letting
3,
the
and
people
then
vote.
yeah, and allowing. I think that was a good way to go about it, allowing the people to get a vote as well, and not just us. Yeah.
Thank you. And to be fair, majority of the controversy is because he was really your guy undercover this whole time. You were promoting Luke because you're his manager, I think.
I think it was Scrogger.
Scrogger.
Because he ran the Scrog.
Yeah.
Right? He won with the Scrog.
And well, I actually got a message, a post, and it was a link to the video when he had Luke on his channel for this very show.
Oh, somebody was calling me out.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that I stacked the votes on.
That you stacked the
Behalf
votes
of
for the
Team
popularity.
Grow-It?
Yeah, that you were working for the other team.
That's far fetched.
Dude,
Dude, that's far fetched.
this is collusion.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Collusion.
Right now,
This is collusion.
Mr. Growit, MGI does not pay me enough money
MGI.
to
This
to
was-
collude.
The guy may be here
competition.
tonight.
I just.
He's not.
I
I'd like him to speak on it because it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
yeah.
And that's just what it boils down to.
I hadn't heard
Popularity vote is when your plants look as good as the top 3 did.
Bro,
What are you gonna do, man?
The amount you want to talk about a popularity
Like, dude.
contest with a platform of 200,000 subscribers. You showed off every single one of those gardens, and I can tell you, it was some people within like the top 20 that got really upset the most, and it was like we showed off we gave everyone equal time. And in fairness, we gave some, and that wasn't Luke, some long times. We went over some people twice.
Yeah, dude, not
So-
intentionally, just being a little stoned.
We really tried to help, and it really
You know?
it really burns. It really burns when you try to do something to help, and people just want to trash talk and shoot shit when in reality it's like they don't have a clue.
It's crazy, dude. It's ridiculous in a situation where we've all been online as long as we have, and to think that we'd be doing anything with any sort of other intention is wild to me. Like, the whole point is to give back to the community, and selecting some people who weren't going to be finished. I can't totally tell how far their plan is. I can eyeball it, and I was like, oh, it looks good. But to think I single-handedly picked the top 20, I went through and allowed people to vote for the top 10, and for them to get selected, I'm like, what am I going to do? I don't know.
I think it just can be a tough pill to swallow, right? When you've done so much to get into the gauntlet and done your grow
And the videos were great.
and done great updates on Discord, did everything that was required, and all of a sudden you get eliminated from it. I mean, it's so tough. You
I
know,
gotta
when
be
you've
the bad
invested
guy,
so
okay?
much into it, you know. So I can see how people could be salty for that reason, potentially. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where some of this is coming from. But yeah,
It's wild, and to take away from somebody else who earned it is crazy to me. It's just like, man, you're gonna just shit on somebody else who was grinding and making a beautiful plant, unbelievable canopy,
Don't take
multiple
away.
plants. Like, don't take away from somebody's victory by shitting on the accomplishment and trying to act like it was rigged in some sort of way. It's crazy to me.
It is, and that's all I wanted to speak on that. You know, we do listen to our community, and when
Too
some
often sometimes.
the reality is when someone's upset, we hear about it. When a segment of our community gets upset, we hear about it, and I want to address it. I addressed something earlier in regards to the story I covered last week. I heard a rumbling. I wanted to nip it in the butt. I'm not going to do that in the comments section. I'm going
Like
to do
a
it right
wiener.
here. I'm going to do it right here.
You're gonna hear
I
the
just wanna set this
tonality,
straight.
and you're gonna hear the professionalism, and you're
That's
gonna
right.
hear
That's right.
who the person is behind it.
So we took on a massive overhaul this week. We did some big things, and FTS, in my opinion, went from here
Probably the best podcast in history when you think
to
about it.
here. If I was to compare it, definitely
Top two.
yeah, we
three.
filmed a nice batch of episodes,
And
Maybe the most ever.
Stepped up, boys. We stepped it up to here.
We were here, and we took it to here.
so Canada series coming soon. Super pumped to be like in person right here, filming some episodes talking about cannabis, man.
And some
Totally
banger
cool.
episodes too. Like
Yeah.
some really good. We got deep on a lot of stuff, man. Like there were some that were different and creative that were trying. Like really, this is like a new season of From the Stash, and I really feel that some of these episodes pivot a little bit from our normal style and what we do. But I think it turned out really well. I think the final episode especially.
Yeah, and we were able to knock out some part twos, a few part twos
Hell
that we
yeah.
wanted to get. So many of you guys were looking for part twos on some of the more popular episodes that we've already done, but they were years ago, 3 years ago, 4
years ago.
4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So a long time ago, and we were able to tackle them again because things change. You know what I mean? We do things differently in the garden. Over years, we adapt, we evolve, we do things, try to get a little bit better here and there. So it was good to talk about it and get our new perspective on it, you know?
Two things. We recorded the 200th episode.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
gentlemen.
yeah,
That's where the
thank you.
cheers right
Oh,
there,
yeah.
boys.
Cheers for the beers.
Congratulations.
200.
Congratulations. 200 eppies.
I think right now we're about to post 192, so
192. So
And we recorded our final episode
and we recorded yeah.
for the Canada series.
For the Canada
series.
We also are going to be celebrating 4 years in 3 months, 2 months,
October, right?
whatever October is from now.
Croptober.
September,
Croptober.
October.
We'll be
2
doing
months, boys.
our Vegas trip this year. Our annual
Yep.
Las Vegas
Yep.
trip will be a celebratory. We'll have a celebratory dinner or something.
4
At the Chuck E.
years,
Cheese.
boys. Put it this way. It's fair to say, many have come, and many have
Oh,
gone.
lots of comers.
A lot of folks, a lot of podcast hosts, a lot of podcasts, a lot of creators have come and gone. Many creators haven't had careers for 4 years, let alone a podcast for 4 years.
Let alone
does that
shows
feel, boys?
let alone separate shows for 10.
Yeah.
So to think about that,
Yeah.
to stretch ourselves even a little bit more thin, but then to become stronger from stretching ourselves, we pretty much went from a thin crust to a deep dish by coming together. And I'm proud of that.
I'm very proud.
Detroit style in
Detroit.
particular. It's thicker. So yeah.
So we're so excited to bring that for sure, man. I'm so happy to see just the reactions to some of the stuff we've said, and we have so much fun during the episodes. So I'm excited for this one.
I can't wait to read the comments.
Yeah,
on some of
exactly.
these, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Yeah, FTS celebrating 4 years in October. Our first episode posted in January, right? Is that what happened? We did
I
October,
think it was November.
November, the next one.
Yeah.
Next
So we
one.
filmed in October.
Posted it in November.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's 4 years, boys.
That's wild.
That's quite a thing. So if you think about it, we've gone to Vegas 4 times at least.
Well, more than that, because we did a few trips for filming separately. We did
MJ BizCon 3 times, and then 2 trips for
We've been to Vegas
Vegas?
5 times. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's more than some people do in their life.
Right.
Yeah, and we're going to be going again like every year forever. So
And we went
Maybe.
to LA. That was 2 years ago.
LA.
That was awesome. That was for the Green
well,
Street
kind
Music
of.
Festival.
Well, yeah, we went to LA. We actually got there. Started in Long Beach.
How can we forget the scooters?
We scooted all the way to LA, boy. Scootering in downtown LA is amazing because it's like you see the city in a way that you just don't normally get to see when you're in like a car or you're walking, because like you can bob and weave through traffic and it's pretty awesome.
It is
fun.
It is, and people won't hit you surprisingly. They might, but they didn't hit us because we were a pack. We were a pack like of wolves. And at a certain point, we got to like kind of like Skid Row, but the speed of the scooters, and that's my hypothesis on why there's so many scooters, is to get people in and out of those areas of danger much faster in today's day and age. If you have the app on your phone, you're out of there. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and they have dedicated lanes for the scooters, but not every road has those dedicated lanes, so it's like super sketchy sometimes.
We were bombing around though.
Bombing around those cars and stuff and just making our way through there, just plowing through there. I think those things went, 18 miles per hour? Or was it 19 miles?
We made them go
I'm
20.
pretty sure it was like 75.
It felt like it.
We were booting, though. We were going.
Yeah.
We were going. Went all the way up from, where did we start?
LA?
Long Beach, and then worked our way up.
All the
Yeah,
way up
because
to-
we went far.
We went far. How far? There was a port.
We parked somewhere.
Oh, you know what? It was when we were getting ready to kind of go to the airport. It was like from the
Yeah, it
airport,
was
the beach closest to the
yes,
airport, and then
yes,
we went
yes.
north.
Oh, that
up to
time,
like
yeah.
Venice Beach that time.
Venice. We went up to
Venice,
Venice
yeah.
Beach. That's
Man,
right.
we went.
It was
That's
a
where-
far trip.
That's where I did that stunt. Where I
Yeah.
pretended to wipe out.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Man, it's such a great time when we get out and do stuff like that. And now I feel like we've worked out a formula and a recipe on how we work. And then we have some time to do some fun stuff. Because today and yesterday were great, man. Like, we got all the work done and I feel it's all accomplished. So I'm not stressed. And it's totally like earned celebratory vacation days. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we busted ass.
Yes.
It's time for us to soak it up and relax and take it in. Because as soon as we all get back, it's back to the grind time, you know?
Yeah, we were able to smash some balls today.
Yeah, we were out
Played
here
some,
clapping the balls. It was pretty good.
Went to the driving range for all you golf fans.
Wink has a surprisingly good stroke.
Wink
that
was
boy
doing his thing,
was
yeah.
clapping the balls.
Yep.
I don't know how. Like, he was like, yeah, this is the second time I've ever even swung a golf club since middle school. I'm like, what? He's like, just smacking him, man. He won the last game by a huge margin.
Huge margin.
yeah.
Huge.
He's like, I don't know what the hell was going on. The kid's on the peds, man.
There was a shark at Shanks.
Yeah. Shark
Yeah.
and Shanks.
Shark at Shanks. Yeah. It
was a good
No, it was
time.
fun. Good way to unwind. We did a Top Golf when we were in LA, and
Close.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I did it all the
LAS.
time. Yeah,
Vegas.
LAS. Yeah.
And that was fun, but I was
Hold on. It took me that long to process LAS, Vegas.
Las Vegas. I was trying to help you.
Airport code, too.
Sports.
LAS airport code.
Yeah.
But it was different feeling here. Here there's less pressure because we're kind of like more rural and chill. There I was pretty lit on the Organis and my knee was blown out. So between all of it, wasn't great for me. And we just got done eating a massive meal. So I'm like, oh, let's go swing a bunch and drink a bunch. Like, yeah, so
And
I
we did.
intentionally didn't do very good when I was out there.
Well played.
I was aiming for the low shots because it's a different game we play back in America. You guys don't get it.
Skip it.
You got to skip it like the water, and then as long as you stay in the lower end of numbers,
You do quite a bit of golfing, Chris, don't you?
Here and there. I don't know. I've been actual golfing probably about 6 or 7 times now. But driving range, I used to go pretty often when I was young. We used to live close to a driving range. We used to sneak in the woods by it and steal all the golf balls back then.
Smart.
And then just take the golf balls and then launch them off in our backyard.
MG out here
So I kind
stealing
of got a
those
swing
golf
there,
balls.
and I played baseball, so I had a little bit of a swing. You know what I mean? I kind of have a baseball swing going on with the golf club, just like you have a slap shot
hockey, yeah.
going with you when you try to hit a golf ball. But it's super fun. It's really, really fun to be able to get out there and just smash some balls.
It's relaxing, man. Get out there, enjoy the nature, take it in.
Some beer towers.
And some beer
the
towers, and
boys.
just let loose on a little aggression, eh?
Yeah, yeah. And I was looking at the dudes there who got out of work, and they're sitting there getting nachos and chicken. I'm like, this is why this place is here in the middle of nowhere. Because they're like, dude, brother, let's go out here and eat some nachos, crack some balls, and
Yes.
have some beer
Yeah,
towers.
on your way to somewhere.
On your way to go back home and deal with, the family and all the stuff that they probably neglect. So they want to be able to have some more time to neglect it.
One of the first things that I had to introduce these two to.
Poutine.
Poutine, boy.
Oh, it's a new routine. Is the
Poutine.
poutine.
So Scotty, my boy Real, says, you got freedom fries up there? What did he mean by that?
For me, it was poutine. I don't know what freedom fries are. I'm an
don't
American.
know.
I didn't
know
know
it is either.
if someone in the chat was gonna be like, "You can't say that, pigeons."
Probably. Because you're
but-
not American.
But because you're not American,
yeah.
I had to. But on the second night, I introduced these boys to a poutine.
Oh, so good.
Took them to Joe Beaver, and if you guys don't know what that is, it's just a local. I don't know how local it is, but it's just a poutine specialists, and they put together these bricks of poutine. I had a steak, maybe a Philly steak,
Philly cheesesteak.
Philly cheesesteak poutine. You guys, you had a pierogi.
Pierogi. We both had pierogs.
Both had pierogies.
But Wink got some other one. I forgot what the hell it was, and we went halfies. Cut it in half, split it, whoop-de-whoop. Mine
was
was
it?
significantly better, but they were both amazing. Super fire.
Yep.
Like, so much so I would have had it again, but we wouldn't have got much work done because it's a heavy food.
Yeah, it's my first time having that. I mean, having that brick of fries and then having pierogies over it and the
Gives me a
bacon
brick in
bits
your belly.
and the chives. I'm hungry now. And then the gravy. Oh, and everything kind of stayed together as we're cutting it. You know what
cut
I
it
mean?
like
You
a
cut it
steak.
like
Dude,
a
that's
steak.
what I was
and
doing.
everything
I was-
stays
yeah.
together.
That
Yeah.
was so good.
So good.
God, it was
I'm
so
glad
good.
you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad
Yeah.
you guys. Poutine is a Canadian delicacy.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The only thing we didn't have out here, which is baffling,
You're right.
is maple freaking syrup.
I
had nothing maple-
didn't give the guys any syrup.
We did have Timmy's every single
I
day.
have waffles and syrup upstairs.
Waffles and
Sit
syrup?
after the show.
Oh, there
That'll
we
be
go.
our thing.
After the show.
Boom.
There's our
Munching,
after show
someone's
snack.
hungry. We have some-
There you go. It's up. Yep.
Yeah, but they have some Aunt Jemima. I mean, shit. Some,
No, I
No
have
more.
some pilling.
No,
some
I have
Miller
real-
pilling.
Pilsner.
I have real maple syrup.
Oh, we got
She has
real,
that goody
real
goody.
maple syrup.
Grown in the backyard.
Yeah.
Maple
we
grown in the
ixnay
backyard.
on the
In Canada, it's still Jemima.
Aunt Jemima, eh?
I'll
Canada,
have some
everything's a lot more
flapjack
chill.
show.
It's the
No?
pilling company.
Is it really too?
They changed that
Yeah.
shit. Yep.
They're like the Washington football team.
They took
The
all
Washington football team.
Lame ass, flavorless ass.
We don't have Uncle Ben's rice anymore.
Uncle Ben's rice?
Uncle
They
Ben
did,
went
did,
away.
they did it to him too?
No, yeah. Now they call it Mr. Smith's, and they put a white dude on the front of it.
No way.
I'm just kidding.
They
Oh my
did.
god, that's
God.
getting me canceled for
Oh
sure.
my god, I can't believe Uncle Ben's gone.
Uncle Ben's gone, Jemima's gone, Lady Antebellum's gone.
Now it's called Ben's Original.
Ben's
Ben's original. He's not anyone's uncle
But
anymore.
there's no, person
No,
on it.
there's no person. It's
There's
like
no
Ben's.
person in anything anymore.
Yeah, like
America's
Dr.
losing
Ben's.
their person.
Losing
happened?
their identity. It's unfortunate. But what sidetracked us right there?
Maple syrup. Oh yeah. The last things we didn't get to do.
Oh,
Things we like about Canada.
yeah. Oh, well, one thing that I did want you guys to have an opportunity to do, which we definitely have to do later, is we got to fish.
Oh yeah.
Fishing.
We would have
We
fished.
have to
We
fish.
should have brought fishing poles with us out there, but we would have
We
survived.
definitely shouldn't have, because we would have died.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Another
you're right.
thing to hang on to for us.
yeah,
Man, we
you're
barely
right.
kept our shoes.
You're right.
In fact, we left stuff behind.
Oh, I know. we'll leave that off of this episode. No, but it was great, man. I feel like this is going to be our regular trip. We'll consistently do it. I'm feeling like I don't need Rellos as much, but again, I have two waiting for me in the Jeep as soon as I get back to Detroit. And driving home, I'm probably going to get a bag of Rellos. But up here, man, I don't know if the Tea with P audience knows, but
We scared them.
my God.
We scared them, folks.
Scared straight, beyond scared straight. I went to get some Rellos in this nice little store. I'm like, oh, yeah, the guy's very polite. And he pulls them out. And one of them had, I don't even know what it was. I saw it and I was like, "Bah!" It just turned my head. And Pete's like, oh, yeah, that's what they do. And it's like a morbid Pokemon, where they have a variety of different brutal images
Death packages.
to keep you away. One of them looked like the store clerk just dressed up in a bed and put a thing on his nose and was just like, like he did all of his own pictures to the side and shit.
Yep, he's right.
But literally, man, the guy had cigars out and I was like, I'll just get papers. Thanks, no thanks. And I've been smoking bongs and
Yeah, you've
ripping
been
hoots.
enjoying the bong.
Yeah, man. So I've been doing other thing. But shout out to the Canadian
And the
government
hemp
for ruining my
wraps?
hide.
Canadian
The
hemp wraps?
Canadian hemp wraps were decent.
Turning around. I think we
Smoked them all.
Yeah, smoked them.
Yeah, those surgeons.
They hit, though. Shout out to R-Dubs.
Yeah, Surgeon General warning was. I thought that was all we needed.
Those are brutal.
No,
Yeah. I mean,
This is your Surgeon General?
Yeah, that's what they.
not
put on
really,
them.
but close.
Well, the equivalent.
Brutal.
No branding whatsoever. Just they give you a
Just death.
package of cigarillos, and on the front there's tongue cancer, and on the back there's a guy laying in the bed. And you
he's
do
right.
not want to buy that package right
Who
there.
the hell's gonna have that at home? You're
And
gonna
that's-
scar your kids for life if they see that anywhere.
He said that's the requirement by the government now, right? The government, all packaging is like that.
Yep.
Dude said he had to send back $63,000 or $60,000 worth of tobacco, some stupid crazy high amount, and he has to wait for the refund and just sit without it forever and wait until the government gives him back his money.
The idea is that you're gonna see that package
It
and you're not
works.
gonna buy the cigarettes.
Most effective
what?
thing I've ever dealt with in my
He
life.
didn't buy them. He's like, yeah, let me see those. They put them on the table. He's like, I'm not buying those. I'll get them away. I'm not buying those. And, yep, didn't buy
It
them.
was so bad,
Didn't
dude.
buy them. I've always said many times when we're in America, I smoke like a chimney
Because
I
they don't
power
have
through
those.
Packs, like a pack a day when I'm with you guys for like 5 days, and I wonder why I feel like death when I get home. I don't smoke. I don't smoke in Canada at all because it's almost it's $30 a pack.
Oof.
$30 a pack.
That's why I
of
said we
cigarettes.
drove past some people smoking cigarettes. I was like, look at those rich dudes.
Look at those rich guys.
What are these wealthy
No,
guys
I'll
doing
smoke in
over here?
America where it's cheap.
Yeah, man.
Cheap.
I want the
it?
freedom. Well, it's
$10 a pack. My man's out here
7 to
blowing
10
through 'em
a
and
pack.
then just quits on the dime. Like literally the last day, he's like, all right, last cigarette, done.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
It was done.
What? Meanwhile, he won't go to a rave with us because he's worried he'll have a relapse or something. But he quits cigarettes. He quits cigarettes.
I know my limit.
The strongest. The strongest.
We're gonna do a rave.
We're gonna
someday.
do a rave, but this dude has the strongest willpower I've seen. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Kudos to you, those brother. Because I would have. I couldn't,
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate
I think about smoking one with him every time because I still have the addiction in me, and I know myself. I'm
That's
like,
it.
nah.
See, that's the thing is like you see the cigarettes. When I see a rave, I'm thinking Molly.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
like if I put my foot in
people
the
named
door,
Molly go there.
I pop 3 pills. So I gotta be careful, you know. So it's like
That's true. Yeah, fuck.
it's easy to just get caught up in that. But boys, this was absolutely legendary. This is gonna mark the last night.
It's gonna Mark Sinclair.
Mark Sinclair, Triple X baby. This is gonna mark the end. This is literally the last show we have together before you guys take off in the morning and head back to your houses.
What a way to end it.
Bittersweet.
What a way, dude! It
good.
really is, man. Like I wish we all lived closer so we could do this more often.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's
It
bittersweet.
sucks. It
It's
is,
bittersweet,
yeah.
boys. First of all, it's an absolute pleasure from the bottom of my heart. My friends,
Oh yeah,
my
brothers,
colleagues, my brothers.
our survival.
we've
we're,
made
we're
it.
survivors
We're thick
together.
and thin, men.
We were victims of nature together, boys,
Yes.
and we made it.
In 4 years, you know, we don't have the time to go through all the peaks and valleys that the three of us have been through. The conversations the uncomfortable conversations where we've had
yeah.
to sit each other down and give
Been
each
like, I
other a
don't
head
like you,
shake.
Rob. I hate your face. I hate your teeth.
Fix your
but this is
fucking
strategically beneficial. Get an Invisalign.
We've had to power through it, man, and it's been a pleasure. We've said this multiple times, but I feel like the reason that we are able to do what we do is because we have an unfiltered bound of communication through us.
We keep it real.
When I know that when I say things that I think these two didn't perceive accurately, or if I feel like I've upset them, I'm very quick to reassure them that A, it wasn't what I meant, or B, it is what I meant, but here's why. And I know that these two have sat me down and had a conversation with me and said, bro, where's your head at? And where you're going.
Done it with me. It helped me get out of that nightmare I dealt with, and with jobs and with people in the past. It's the kind of stuff you do as colleagues, business partners, and friends. Otherwise, you don't have those uncomfortable conversations.
As a man, it feels really good to have two men next to me. Yeah, like a threesome we are, boys. Pound that out. Huge shout out to you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Much love, brother.
It was an absolute pleasure.
We're gonna go into the green room.
Mr. Growit. Make sure you check him out. MrGrowit.com. You got Mr. ROBCL TV. Make sure you check him out.
Probably gonna be canceled after Top Buds, but thank you
definitely.
guys.
Watch CLTV.
I saw we did have someone on Patreon cancel on Patreon.
Oh, really?
Oh, we
Yes,
did?
yes.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Sorry, your
Good.
emotions are fragile.
Good, because they would have got hurt now or later.
Oh yeah,
So
don't tune into my streams.
You're fragile. You're fragile. It's fine.
Appreciate
and
you.
you are
Shout out to
welcome
Mrs.
here. Huge shout out to Ms. P. Huge shout out to Chris. Huge shout out
Thank
to
you.
Rob, gentlemen. Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Shout out to you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, boys. Wow.
Take care, man.
Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna take my phone.
Wow. Wow. That was remarkable. As I have security. Yeah, see them out, please.
We're gonna head to the airport.
We're going to get them a lift. I got their limo waiting outside already. That was an absolute pleasure, an incredible delight. I want to tell you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, I love those boys. And I know that what we've done so far is just the beginning of the things that are going to be done in the future. So thank you to Rob. Huge shout out to Chris for joining me on the very first in-person live Tea with P. That was pretty epic. So thank you, gentlemen. That was wicked.
What's up? What's up? I'll tell you what's up. Spider Farmer's Supplemental Light Series now at spider-farmer.com. Go check them out, including the Glow R40. Get yourself some supplemental lights, whether it's UVA, UVB. Go check them out. You might not be getting all the spectrum that you need for your plants, but now you can with the Sup series. Go to spider-farmer.com. Use promo code PIGEONS420. You'll save a few dollars off at checkout. You'll get some supplemental lighting, and you will be growing some incredible herb. Use promo code PIGEONS420. spider-farmer.com. Set yourself up right, and you won't be disappointed.
This stream is also brought to you by AC Infinity. AC Infinity has got a quality name when it comes to products for your garden. Whether it's an inline fan or the Controller Pro 69, they've got you covered. They've got a controller that's going to communicate between all of their devices. From the humidifier to the clip-on fans, regulate everything accurately with the Controller Pro 69. If you go to acinfinity.com, use promo code PIGEONS420, you can get some quality equipment for a quality price. Get the equipment that your plants are going to need and grow some incredible dank. Thank you, AC Infinity, for sponsoring today's live stream.